Hello there and welcome back to Spain. Last time, well, I started a war against the Burgundy, and that one is currently not going too well. Mostly due to two things. First of all, I have basically been wasting my manpower because I thought I would be able to, or be free to do so in this case. Newsflash, I was not. I'll be most likely to end up in trouble. And I've now hired some mercenaries I will be using to, hopefully my advantage here. Still losing some sea battles, not really paying too much attention to them, I can fix them later. And this is still kind of fun. Every time you start a new, or is in a battle, when you log in, you get some pretty ridiculous numbers on how the battle went afterwards. And apparently the Burgundian army was completely destroyed. Well, I'm rather happy with that. Let's see here. If I were to cut you guys up in sieging units, every single one of you, how would we look then? I'm pretty sure Burgundy doesn't actually have any more troops. Well, they do have quite a lot. Pomerania, Ukraine. No, they should have quite a lot really. So I'm pretty sure this is kind of risky. But we'll still give it a go, I think. We'll try at least. And as I said, worst case scenario here, I'll lose every single man. But I think I'll just place all these guys in Pfalz, or just do this, and we'll see how it ends up. I'm a little bit unsure if these guys, no, they're not at war with anyone else, so we'll simply have to see how it ends up in the end. Should be interesting to watch. Currently, I'm in quite a predicament. The Russians have actually arrived, and thus I am screwed more or less. And also, apparently, my standing armies have been shattered more or less, and that is a secondary problem here. So I cannot get out of this cheaply. That is the truth of the matter, as you can see. So what I most likely will have to do here is some sort of giving back. So basically the Burgundy troops are far superior to mine, as it turned out. I couldn't beat them even with my armies. So what I will be doing here is most likely friend up with Austria and France, and then we'll go for a secondary war against these guys. But as I said, for the time being, I'll actually have to admit defeat. I definitely played this the wrong way, and the fact that they control the war score, or the war target in this case, is definitely what is screwing me over. They want more than gold, so I'll have to give them something else as well. And in this case, I think I'll simply release Galicia or something. That should be enough, I think. Let's see here, where is Galicia on this list? There we have them. Release Galicia and then pay my way with the rest. I'll have to take a loan, or a couple of loans, which is quite bad. Probably two. So there we go. With this, I should now be able to make peace. So yeah, I should probably have given myself, or tried to do something else. But yeah, I messed up bad, and unfortunately, no other way to deal with this rather than just giving up one and paying the rest. So there we go. With this, of course, Burgundy will most likely start causing trouble for someone else as well. So, wow. So I'll have to wait another month now before I can make a new peace offer. And in the meantime, I'll most likely end up running into some, nasty fellows. Let's see, can I actually run into Savoy? I can. And then I will flee into Savoy. So let's see here, if I can actually make a peace deal now before I get into trouble again. It actually went up. So yeah, that shouldn't actually be allowed. But yeah, sure, I'll give you the money. And boom. War is over. And I screwed up. So what I will have to do now is allow my economy to, well, save itself. And once I actually get that done, I'll have to rebuild my armies. Because I'm pretty sure they are basically now non-existent. Yeah, basically non-existent. So I'll have to fix that, and hopefully I can partner up now with Austria. That should be enough to screw them over in the future. The same if I can get France and potentially Great Britain. Probably not. I'll probably get both of those guys on my neck right now, due to the fact that, well, I am weak. That is the case. So we'll see how this turns out. My manpower will replenish rather quickly though. So I'll rebuild my armies and then we'll try again later. But no real excuse for what happened. I should have been able to. I should have simply hung back, destroyed their armies, and then dealt with the rest. I'll hopefully be able to not have to fight Russia or end the war before Russia arrives next time. So we'll see how it goes. Apparently there's a time limit of how long you can hold these provinces before they actually turn into overextension. I suddenly got 224 points of overextension in one go. Not the best thing I've ever done, and as you can see, the cost of coring these things actually went up as well. So, ye be warned, if you actually do the thing that I said you should do not actually do it. Take only what you can core and core it ASAP, otherwise you'll end up in grave trouble as I have. So I'll have to try and core these ones, which means that my army will have to suffer for quite a while. I'll also suffer a ton of rebels, I think, during this time. Not good either, especially with my current low manpower. So I'll have to, yeah, Spanish particularist up and going again. Always fun, but I'll have to see how I'll actually deal with this. I have no idea right now. I've screwed up so bad right now. I have no idea how to actually make this work. And as you can see, rebels virtually everywhere. So I'll have to try and call this, and we'll see if I can make things work. Hopefully I can. I kind of doubt it though. So we'll see. But I can always hope. Apparently I cannot call this one. We'll see. We'll see. Sorry, I'm getting tired and, well, kind of mad that things actually screwed up this bad, or blew up this bad in my face, I guess I should say. So I'll just for now focus on dealing with the rebels and get stuff like that done. So we'll see how it all turns out. So yeah, my nation is currently on the brink of, well, kind of dying actually. So I'll have 4 very hard years ahead of me, especially considering how things are doing in terms of manpower, in terms of everything, but at least we'll have the Holy Roman Empire to land on. And apparently I did not get those 10 Imperial Authority. No idea if it was because, well, there I got them. My bad. I lost point stability, always nice, and I got a new heir, 364. Can't complain about that guy, pretty good. And Alfonso the 12th ain't that bad himself. So we'll see if we can make some sort of gains here, some sort of changes. But for the time being, I don't really have that much I can do, but I'm kind of in the feeling here that converting the provinces is kind of why I'm getting this amount of rebels, and I will not be fighting these rebels by any denomination more or less. I'll simply allow them to do what they want, and then I'll simply get or accept their demands, which basically means that I'll have about minus 100 prestige pretty soon, especially considering the rate of which these guys rise up. I could release Aztec, I could release Inca, but Inca will only get 1 province, and Aztec I believe is just down to 3. So they're losing their course rapidly for some reason, probably because of the fact that I am telling my heir to start worrying. So yeah, I'll get a lot of bad events now, but at least I'm coring these things, so it shouldn't be for very long. At least that is what I'm currently hoping for. And I'll also be coring everything that has a wrong culture, because apparently they will be all turn sooner or later. But for the time being, I'll do the easy thing here, and that is to accept the demands, lose 20 prestige, and, well, some other things that will not be good, but I don't really have that much of a choice as things are currently standing. So what I will be doing instead is focusing a little bit more on colonization. It actually isn't hurt by how things are going right now, so that's fine. But as things are going, I'll have to focus on other things. I also have taken a couple of decisions, got 5% extra inflation for it, but got 5 mercantilism and some other things. I thought I had recorded it, but apparently I had not. It turns out, my apologies. And more rebels. Well, I have no idea what these guys will actually do if they actually... let's see here. If they enforce demand, Spain gets increased decentralization for 30 years, and this is just 10. I can live with that. National revolt risk -1. What is it really at now? Base revolt risk +7, overextension +10, legitimacy, unity. So yeah, I really have to try now and just get that sorted out. But I'll focus on that. It's my problem. But as you can see now, taking all natives at once is probably a very bad idea. You'd probably want to take them down, then release them as a vassal. Because if not, you'll get overextension down the line. I should probably have checked it up before I did this, but I did not, and now it's come to bite me in the ass. So we'll see how it all ends up in the next 5-10 years. As you can see, diplomatic tech 11 has been reached. That is the only, well, positive point. My prestige is going down, everything is going down, and, well, I still have quite a while to go before we're actually out of this mess. As you can see, my overextension is just going one way, and that is straight up, 200% right now. due to the fact, once again, that these things that, or the Mayan and the Greek and everything, it's turning on me more or less. So yeah, it was a bad idea to wait. I should just have called them right there, right then. And I still need 200 and something points to be able to start calling the other ones. But it will most likely take forever. It takes about a decade right now, so I'll still have a decade or two ahead of me with, well, hell. So basically, my nation has been run to the ground, and the only rebels that I actually deal with personally are the Patriots here. Nothing more, nothing less. I need to deal with the Patriots. Everything else is just, well, excess luggage, more or less. The Sicilian nationalists will probably kill them off a little later, but these guys I have to accept with at regular intervals to just get the coring process working. I'm still creating colonists though, but the Portuguese have cut me off in Africa, so I'll be basically preparing for a colonization war. And of course those guys just decided to pop up right on my army. Can't actually complain on that score, but due to this I can't actually grow my armies back to full strength. So we'll see if how long it'll actually take before I am back thanks to this. So for the time being we'll not be doing much. We'll simply sitting by, allowing the rebels to do what they want for the time being. They might have to start warring. Spain gets compromised by defense. So yeah, we'll have a lot of issues to deal with, and until I have, I'll simply have to accept what the rebels want. I'll be at minus 100 prestige for a while, but I can hold my own if someone decides to attack me right now. So it's not all bad, so to speak. I can still build things, particularly in Cusco. 16,000. Well, I might as well just go ahead and, as you see it, I just do that at regular intervals, but it doesn't really help. They still hate my guts, so I can't really make any changes on that score. What I am doing, however, is building military buildings whenever I can to boost my well, I guess you could say, to make it very easy, boost my manpower for future wars, so I can actually screw over Burgundy very soon. But for the time being, as you can see, I have a ton of bad events, I have a ton of rebels, and well, I have no idea what this is. Not the BS they are needed for the economy. The expulsion of the Moriscos. Southern parts of Spain were inhabited mostly by Moriscos, Muslims who had converted to Catholicism under the threat of expulsion by Ferdinand and Isabella following the Reconquista. However, many continued secretly to practice Islam, and at times provided the Ottoman Turks with information facilitating Turkish raids on the Spanish coast. Persecuted by Spanish Inquisition and subjected to restrictive legislation, the Moriscos rose in a bloody rebellion in 1568-71, which Philip II put down with the help of Don John of Austria. The Moriscos prospered in spite of persecutions, and further Spain agriculture, trade and industries. However, in 1609, Philip III, influenced by the Duke of Lerma, decreed their expulsion for both religious and political reasons, and the Moriscos to leave the kingdom, only allowing them to keep what they could carry. Everything else was confiscated. The expulsion kept to hurt Spanish economy for generations. So, let's see here. What I basically do here is lose, what, 2, 4, 6, 5, what? There are 6-7 colonies. I'll lose 14 base tax. I can live with that. I'll basically have to expel them. It'll last for apparently 10 years. I have to do that because I can't take a -2 stability right now. That would screw me over more than losing a little bit of base tax and having some people not like me. I can virtually, well, stand one of those off, the other I can't. So, as you might imagine, let's see, how long will it actually take to call this thing? So, there's some 6 years, or 7 years in this case, so I should be fine. Catalonian nationalists in Valencia. So I'm going to have to deal with these guys, and as long as I have to do that, the Malta gets rebel sentiment. So yeah, there should be a warning somewhere. Either when you annex them, probably the worst thing is there probably weren't. I never noticed. There should be a warning that tells you that by annexing these guys or by taking these colonies and converting them, they will add to your overextension, because, well, no warning, and that screwed me over. But at least I've learned for future reference, and such I should be fine. I simply accept demands every time I get into a position where they are sieging a core mine. Some more Catalonian guys. This time actually rose up right before I hit Barcelona, so I get a negative modifier, and as such they slaughtered my troops. But once again, not much I can do. I'll simply try and ride a wave and see if we can get ourselves over into a positive, well, try to get positive at least. We'll see how it goes. Upgrade to my military attack, level 17 flintlock musket. With it I now have a boost to cavalry shock by +1. Good upgrade by any means, and hopefully it will be helpful. At the time being it's not though. It's just kind of nice to have. But at the very least now things or cores should start appearing, and thus the rebels as you can see should start dying out. 12-20%, 3, 6, 7 times 8, 50 something. So yeah, it should get a little bit better, although not admittedly by much. But at the very least it should help out a little bit, I think. Portuguese patriots in Madeira over here actually. No, do not like them. I'll have to send a boat I think, or you know what, I'll just accept the demands whenever the rebels actually take them. I just had enough of this entire thing. But for now, once those are actually caught, I should be in safe water. But apparently I won't be. Which means that, yeah, I need to take that one. That is what is currently screwing me over. Ottomans declare war on Byzantium. I'm getting some more cores. Let's see here. August, December, July. Let's see here. Agree to terms for the Umbrians guys. Portuguese guys, nope. Particularists, accept demands. Doesn't actually cost me anything right now since I'm already at the minimum point of where I would. Austria broke their alliance. Are we weak? Yep, they seek my destruction more or less. And how things are going now with well, everything, they could potentially screw me over pretty bad. So yeah, definitely not a good idea to just take everything in one go. I definitely bid over more than I can chew here. Current trade power. Let's see. I'll send him to Genoa then, I think. Yeah, send him to Genoa. So warning to you guys in the future, be careful about what you decide to eat, because it might just bite back. And in my case, it bit back pretty hard. But I guess in a decade we're out of this, so I'll end this episode here. The horrors of, well, bad management, I guess you could call it. So feel free to take this as a lesson on how not to get yourself up in the world, because it really went one way only, and that was straight down. So as you can see, Portuguese colony here. I'll kill that one off once I actually get control over my country again. And I'll most likely get to deal with Austria when that time comes as well. But until then, we'll most likely just have to deal with rebels and other funny things. So stay tuned next time, where I'll ride a wave out of this bad spot more or less, and we'll most likely also try to well, get ourselves up into the positives. So thank you for watching this episode of Fail, and I hope to see you around next time. Feel free to give me only criticism this time. Praise is really not something that I would be getting. I made every possible mistake, messing up my manpower against Burgundy, having to concede defeats, giving them a lot of money, then having the entirety of the natives decide that overextension is a good thing to have. But as you can see, overextension can be rode, I guess, out. But as you can see, October 04 will be below the limit, so it's 1.5 years more, and then we are back into the positives, hopefully. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, or, well, I just have a habit of saying that. My apologies. Please leave criticism, praise my foolishness, and hopefully you have enjoyed this little, well, weird episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.